Hello and welcome back to my AstroImaging Journey channel. I want to apologize for not having a video up last week, and this one's kind of late this week. I've been trying to get at least two, 1 to 2 out a week, preferably on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but unfortunately past few weeks have been a little hectic. So I just want to apologize that there wasn't any video last week and that this update video is kind of coming a little late. So apologies out of the way. What's kept me from editing videos, creating videos, and these things are really fogging up. Well, as you can see behind me here, first thing, I had my garage built finally. Super stoked about that. Not only am I going to be able to keep my vehicles out of the weather and get some of my tools out of the house and into the garage, when I do need to tear down and move things in, I'm not going to have to be climbing up and down steps and going into the basement and all that. I'll be able to just walk it straight up there, and hopefully tear down and setup will be a little bit easier. So that's one thing. The second thing, if you haven't noticed, Tina and I got married, so the AstroImaging Journey channel has grown officially. Now I have a stepdaughter and a stepson, as well as my 2 boys and Tina. So, super stoked about that. So we had our wedding and reception and everything, all that stuff was going on, and getting the house prepped and everything, so for family and friends to show up. So, didn't leave a lot of time for editing or, let alone record any type of video. So, that took up a lot of the spare time. And lastly, as you can see, the telescope's tore down. I'm about to put it back up, which I'll be recording after this video is done. But why is it torn down and not sitting up, especially with a clear night that we're supposed to have tonight? Well, what you'll see in an upcoming episode is that the RA motor failed. So I got a couple videos on that. I can't remember if it's 1 or 2, but I go through the troubleshooting I did to validate that the motor itself was probably bad. It's less than 2 years old. Celestron does have a 2-year factory warranty on all brand new gear, so it's only 1.5 years old. I sent it in to have it repaired by the factory. Apparently they did find that the RA motor was in fact shot, so they replaced it, flashed the motor control board as well as the hand controller, and sent it back to me. I got it yesterday. A lot of clouds last night, so I didn't get a chance to do anything with it, and we had rain earlier today, hence the humidity. So hopefully the skies are clear now. They'll stay clear. That's the projection, and hopefully some of this humidity will burn off or clear out of here, and seeing and transparency will be a little bit better. But if nothing else, at least I'll be able to test the motors tonight, get polar aligned, and make sure everything's working. If I can at least get that accomplished tonight, we'll be good. So, a few things kept me from posting videos, editing, shooting videos, but it is what it is. So, here we go, here we are, we're back at it. Hopefully I'll start getting these things back out on a regular basis again. The other thing I wanted to try out was this new microphone. If you'll notice, I have been using a microphone on the top hot shoe of the camera, and we wanted to record the wedding, and I wanted better audio because I did notice on a couple of the videos when I was down working here, or if I turned my head this way, the audio over there, the microphone over there, the audio would dip, and then I'd have to play with the levels and post, and it just added to the stress of trying to get a video out to you that was quality. So to that end, I wanted to get one of these. It's been in my cart on Amazon for a while, and I finally decided that since we did want to record our wedding ceremony and have audio that was decent quality, I went ahead, bought it, and it worked great for that. So hopefully it'll work great for this. If anybody's curious, it is a Pixel WM9. This is a little wireless unit that you can put on your belt, runs up to a microphone that came with it, and then there's the receiver on that end that connects into the camera. So Pixel WM9 worked great for the ceremony. Hopefully it's working great now and I don't have to reshoot this. Stay tuned to the channel. I have a couple processing videos I want to do. One in particular I'm still kind of on the fence about doing, so I'll explain that one in that video if I do post it. If I don't, then sorry. Neighbor was driving very, very slow. I think we had a couple of deer up by the road. Actually I'll get into that video now. I've had the pleasure of presenting on the AstroImaging channel, TAIC. Search for it on YouTube. I'll link it down below. Great group of guys and gals. They're now officially, believe the paperwork is finalized. 501c3 nonprofit organization to help promote and educate the community on astroimaging. So don't confuse AIC with TAIC. The Advanced Imaging Conference is separate. The AstroImaging channel on YouTube is completely separate. However, you know, the couple of the people that are in, Alex M, as a matter of fact, is actually presenting at AIC later this year. So by all means, check them out. I've had the pleasure of presenting on their channel twice now, prior to a couple weekends ago, and the neighbor is back. At least I assume it's a neighbor. Somebody driving very slowly down the road. Makes me a little nervous. Anyways, so, you know, like I said, prior to a couple weeks ago, I had previously presented on there twice, and they asked me to present again based on the processing of some data. So what this channel does on occasion, they're trying to do some more. They've only done it a couple times, where somebody volunteers a data set. And in this particular case, Alex provided an LRGB data set. They were already stacked and ready to go. All we had to do was the post-processing, and they asked that you do your post-processing, upload it to their site in the workshop area, and you know, describe briefly what you learned, what you wanted to accomplish in the description. Then they go through all the submissions and handpick some people that, you know, one person used software that nobody had used on the channel, or at least any of those moderators had used, and they wanted to learn about that. This was, in my particular case, they asked me to present because this was my first time processing monochrome data, you know, filtered data, channel data, LRGB data. And, you know, my image wasn't the greatest. It wasn't, you know, anyways, if I end up posting, you'll see, but there were some challenges, and, you know, being the first attempt, I'm not hurt by it not turning out extra great, but it was a great learning process, because sometime in the future, hopefully later this year, probably next year, I am going to take the leap into doing monochrome, you know, narrowband type imaging. So it was a great learning experience, a great practice to see what I could do. They asked me to present on the channel, and got a plane flying over. So I did. That was my third time on there. Great experience. Love those guys and gals on TAIC. So again, they're linked below. And if my dilemma right now is it's Alex's data, you know, and I'm not too sure if I should do a video on processing his data. I don't think he would have a problem with it. I probably should contact him, and I probably will. I do have the session recorded, so I will, you know, when I get to that video, I'll make the determination at that point. But for now, it's still up in the air. But I do have a couple of processing videos that I do need to edit and upload. I do have the issues I was having with the RA motor and the troubleshooting I did on that. So, you know, got a couple in the can, obviously this one, and now after I get done recording this, I'll be setting this up and I'll be recording yet another video today of the testing following the repair. So with that, I want to say thank you for watching, and please stay through the end credits here, or the outro, and yeah, have a good one.
Thanks for watching yet another episode from the AstroImaging Journey channel. Really appreciate your viewership. In our upper right, we have the latest video that I have posted prior to this one. Down in the lower right, we have what YouTube thinks you will enjoy. Below is a subscription link. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you so choose, ring that bell if you want to get notified of something new, and as always, thank you. Clear skies. Remember to